Welcome back to my channel. I'm Janelle. This is Midnight Makes, my little corner of the internet where I make things. So, let's be honest. The lighting is not going to be great. Neither is it going to be very aesthetic. I have a very small corner to sew in, and I have a crap ton of fabric that I have thrifted. My fish is being weird. I've thrifted or bought, and it makes a mess. So, let's talk about what we're here for today. So, it is March 7th today. It's like 9 o'clock at night. I just got home from an event, and it's snowing. I live in Alaska. I live literally in the Arctic. It's literally what it does all the time. But I'm tired of it. We've gotten like 8 or 9 inches of snow in the last couple days, and on my way home from said event, it was snowing big, huge chunks and snowing so hard, which made the drive home so much fun. Sorry, guys. So, in it's snowing and I'm over it fashion, I want to make some summer clothes because I am tired of knitting sweaters. I am tired of knitting or sewing corduroy skirts, which I wore tonight because it's warm. So, in this video, we're going to make an outfit. But the outfit's not really going to go together. Hear me out. So, I have this absolutely beautiful mustard linen that I absolutely love. And I desperately... What the heck was that? Oh. My kid did something in his room and made a very loud noise. I desperately want a skirt out of this. I also have a top that I want to knit. I want to knit the wood oh my god, hold please. Okay. Sorry, I had to answer a message. My iPad is right here. I needed to answer a message. So I also want to do a knitting pattern. So this is going to be a sewing and knitting vlog. I am looking for the name of the knitting pattern because I forgot it, which I literally just printed it, and of course I did not print the main page of the thing, the pattern with the name on it, because I'm saving ink. So this is the I'm gonna put it right here. How do you pronounce that middle word? I don't know. I will Google that later, but it's not going to be my problem right now. So I plan to knit it in this, it's a Lion Brand yarn. It's the Made with Love. It's the collaboration that Lion Brand did with oh my god, the diver, Tom, why can't I think of his name again? I'm gonna put it right there. Anyways, it is this beautiful purple. I don't think these go together, but this is the outfit that I'm gonna make in this video. If they don't go together, oh well, I'll wear them separately. but I want this linen skirt and I want this top. So I'll put in a picture of the top. I don't have a pattern for the skirt. I considered doing the Sandra skirt from Sid Graham. I think so. However, I think I am short I am short fabric, mostly length. So I think I need a little bit of a shorter skirt. I still want it to be a decently nice length, but I do want it to be a little bit shorter, maybe just past my knees or about knee length. So I'm gonna scroll through some of my patterns that I have. Also scroll through. Sorry, I had jambalaya at the event that I went to and got a little bit of heartburn. I think I forgot to take my meds, which I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna scroll through Pinterest and I have a lot of saved skirts and see what there is. And go from there. Okay, I don't like any of the skirts. It's not exactly what I have in mind for this skirt specifically. So probably I'm gonna not really draft it myself. I guess it is considered drafting. I'm just gonna do it myself. So let me explain what I have pictured in my head. I would draw it out like I love Lady Annabelle. She does little drawings. Not gonna happen. My drawing skills are trash. So what I want is a vintage T length, so about calf, mid, high calf, below the knee. It's not midi length, like at your knee, but a little bit longer. I want pleats. I want a waistband. It's gonna have pockets because of course it is. And it's gonna have a zipper in the back. I would do a side zip, but I just don't want to deal with pockets on a side zip because I'm lazy. So that's, yep. Let's go ahead and figure out how in the actual heck I am going to make this skirt work for me. Okay, I'm gonna do some little maths. We'll see where I get. All right, I'm back. So I'm not gonna, I'm gonna kind of walk you through my process, but not really. There are amazing tutorials out there that I recommend because they're gonna make a heck of a lot more sense. So I want a waistband with an overlap because I like it when my waistbands have an overlap so that I can add a little hook and bar closure and it's not visible. And then I think I want a 2-inch waistband. So because I'm gonna do fold over waistbands, I'm gonna cut out a 5-inch waistband because I want a 1/2-inch seam allowance on each side and I want it to be, it'll need to be double length. Measured my waist and normally I have about a 34-inch waist at the smallest point. And I like my stuff to be like really high-waisted. So, normally it's about a 34 inch. But I want a little bit of freedom of movement. I want to be able to tuck stuff in, shirts in. I also just want something that's comfortable. I don't want it to be really, really tight. So, I'm going to shoot for about a 36 inch finished size. And that'll include the, I'm going to include a 1 inch overlap and everything. So there's going to be, I'm going to cut a 5 by 38 inch rectangle for the waistband, and then my fabric is about 53 inches wide. I'm probably going to use most of it, just because I wish to be lazy, and I don't, if I use the width of the fabric, then I have to cut less. So, and hip size doesn't really matter, and it's going to be 2 pieces, obviously. Hip size doesn't really matter because it's going to be pleated. I have all the pleats in mind. And then I'm going for a 26 inch finished length, which will take it from my high waist to about that T length, that vintagey T length. To get 26, I am cutting 29 inches because I want a 1/2 inch seam allowance, and I also want a good, I don't, maybe like, I'm thinking like 1.5 to 2 inch hem. I want a pretty thick boy hem on there. And then I'm pockets. I don't have to figure out pockets because I have this amazing top inseam pocket template that comes from Helen's Closet. Free. It's amazing. I have lengthened it by 2 inches. There's a cut lane line. I lengthened it by about 2 inches. Works perfect for my phone. So we are going to do that. So I'm going to start cutting my pieces. FYI, highly recommend, even if you're doing a rectangle skirt, true up your ends. The fabric store did a fantastic job. So true it up, make it straight, so that you start with a straight line. Ish. Straight-ish. Let's be honest, I'm not good at perfection. So next day. Last night I got the front two triangles done and connected together, and I have started on the front panel. Little bit, stop. My dog is begging because my husband just brought me a piece of toast with peanut butter. So it is like nearly 6 o'clock and I look like trash because I have a migraine. I woke up this morning with a terrible headache, and I have been a terrible headache, a terrible migraine, not the same thing as a headache. I've been up, or I've been sleeping pretty much all day, so my skirt's gonna wait till tomorrow, and I'm probably just gonna pluck away at this. I doubt I will get much done today, because I'm just not feeling good. I'm to the point that I'm dizzy, sitting up too much. Everything hurts. I can't even put my hair up because it pulls on my hair on my head and it hurts. So yeah, that's today's update. Project will get some work, baby. We'll come back tomorrow and hopefully things will be better. Okay, hi. It is project vlog day 3 for this outfit, and I have been awake for a while. It's like 7:40 now. My husband just left for work. I woke up around 5 and played on my phone for a while. And now I am sitting in bed doing some knitting and watching some YouTube. So migraine wise, I'm doing better today. Yesterday it felt like somebody was stabbing me with an ice pick, and anytime I moved or the light was on, it felt like the person was like vibrating. You know, the ice pick was like vibrating. Now it's not constant pain. It's just when I move around, like getting up and walking, or, you know, shifting positions. Sitting here knitting, watching YouTube is not hurting. So that's a plus. I really hate living with migraines. It really sucks. And yesterday I had a bad day, not just with having the migraine, but there was stuff that I wanted to do and I just physically could not move, could not get out of bed without being in pain. And that sucks when you want to do stuff. And yeah, chronic illness sucks. If you have a chronic illness, if you have multiple chronic illnesses, you know, it sucks. But today is hopefully going to be better. It is spring break for the little dude, so there is a new school and we have 0 plans for the day. So I think we are going to probably watch a movie and chill. Yeah. My son wants to watch Hacksaw Ridge. So we'll probably watch that today and just relax. And I'm going to work on my wood top. I still haven't looked up how to say that word. I need to check Sari Nordland's YouTube because I am sure she's talked about it. It has a sweater too. I have the sweater pattern and I will definitely be making it probably decently soon. I have triangles done. I did get a good chunk. I got about that much done. Yesterday I think I did like a row and then I had to lay down because I was nauseous from moving. And then, you know, I do a row and then lay down and be nauseous. So it's kind of a pain in the ass. You know, I like the aesthetic vlogs that people do, project vlogs, and they, you know, do their thing and it looks awesome and they get it done quickly. That's not going to be me. I have problems. I have chronic illnesses. I have anxiety. I have depression, and it affects my life. And I might as well talk about it and share it and show what the reality is, because I think a lot of the YouTube channels and videos kind of graze past the reality of life. Some weird hairs. But yeah, it's gonna be real here. But I'm going to get back to this. I have 5 rows left, and then I have to do, I put this on hold and do the exact same thing for the back. But I am loving it and I cannot wait to wear this. So I'm gonna get to work. I'll check in later when I hopefully have a bunch more progress. Okay, I finished the front piece and I am going to put it on one of these try-on cable things. But I figured I would talk about some of the changes I've made to the pattern, mainly just one. You're supposed to do a provisional cast on. I loathe provisional cast-ons. Good God. The brain fog is real right now, post-migraine. Well, kind of post-migraine. I have tried multiple techniques for provisional cast-ons, and the best that I have found is the one actually that Sari Nordland suggests in her patterns. It's off of the Knitty website, and you use like another piece of yarn, or you use another, I've used the try-on cables before, and kind of loop around both, but I didn't want to deal with it this go around, so I just cast it on and I will pick up the stitches and go from there. But that's not my problem now. So that is the front done. Now I have to do the exact same thing for the back, and then once they're done I can connect in the round. But this is like super simple. You're following 2 charts basically, one for the triangles and then one once you connect the fronts. Again, they're super easy charts. Oh, another change I did make, there are, in the pattern she has it written for bobbles. I don't care for bobbles in knitting, so I have omitted those. I've just knit the bobble stitch, which I'm pretty sure she says somewhere in the pattern that to just knit the stitch if you don't want the bobbles. I did see one of her YouTube videos a while back where she talked about, you know, emitting the baubles. But, yep. So those are the changes that I've made. So now I get to do this all over again. Let's do it again. Okay, for an update real quick. My husband and I are watching War Machine on Netflix. It's a new show or movie that came out, I think, on the 6th. So it's new. It's got Alan Richardson in it, who is Reacher. It's really good so far. We're enjoying it. However, we did pause so that my husband does ham radio, and they have a little check-in that they do every Monday. So he is doing that, but I have got the front and the back done, and I've connected in the round, and I am almost through the last patterned chart. I have 5 more rows to go, and then it will just be simple knitting. So I'm feeling better. However, I have not worked on my skirt at all, which is the other portion of this outfit that I'm making for this vlog. So I'm hoping tomorrow. I am feeling better. I'm still a little bleh, definitely starting to get in the kind of hangover phase of the migraine. So yeah, but at least I've had my neck has been really tight, and that happens with some of my migraines, and it's been really tight and it's been hurting. So I'm hoping that that goes away quickly, but I am loving this. Obviously I still have to add the straps, but right now I'm just plucking away on the pattern. I love the pattern, and it is super easy to memorize. I've messed up a couple times, but mostly because I was watching something or paying attention to something and kind of got distracted. And I am almost finished with my first ball of yarn. I know this top does not take very much yarn. This yarn is 185 yards per ball, so it really doesn't take that much at all. Seeing as I probably am going to make it all the way through the pattern you know, the pattern portion and start on the knitting before I need to actually switch over to the new ball of yarn. So yay. Okay, I watched her video. So she actually has a tutorial video for this top. It's wood anemone top. I'm gonna hope that I said it right, and if I didn't, I'm sorry. But wood anemone top, and it is turning out gorgeous. Welcome to day 4 of this project vlog. It's actually like 4:30, it's almost 5 in the afternoon. We had errands to run this morning, and then I did some tank maintenance on a bunch of my tanks, my fish tanks, and did a little tank refresh for my axolotls. So yeah, so let's I have gotten a little bit, it's rolled up right now, I've gotten a little bit past the lace work, and I have started my second skein, and I'm glad that I haven't sewn my skirt yet, because I've changed my mind on what I want it to look like. I still wanted to do the pleated skirt. Like, everything that's cut out is good. The only change I'm going to make is I'm going to slice the center. I was going to do a center back seam. Not seam, zip. However, I'm going to slice the center front and do a fully buttoned up front. And then my waistband will close in the front with a button instead. So we're gonna do that. And then I wanna get the pockets added on. I wanna get I'll have to serge the 2 front sides that I cut. We're gonna get the pockets on, do the side seams, get the hem done, then we will worry about the waistband and pleating it. I'm gonna do everything before it's pleated just because easier. I did get a little package in the mail. It's fabric. It's a Van Gogh print fabric. I don't remember. I think I got a yard. I think it's a yard. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but it's gonna be cute whatever I do with it. So let's get to sewing, I guess. I just had a shower. So, hair is up. Anyways, I got so pockets are done, side seams are done, the hemming is done, and I've finished off the front bands. Next is the pleats and attaching the waistband, but that's going to be tomorrow's problem. If you were a viewer of this channel back in the summer into the fall, I broke my like the very bottom part of your pelvis that you sit on. It has since healed for the most part, but it caused some issues with my sciatic nerve and my hip joint. They're not quite back to normal for compensating for my broken butt. So, I don't know why, but for like the last week, it's been hurting and really bad, and it even hurts laying down in bed. So yeah, sitting at my sewing desk and bending over to pin my skirt hurts. So I'm gonna call it for the night. I'm gonna go sit on the couch, kind of halfsies, half sit on the couch, half lean, and watch something and work on the wood and anemone top. So, okay, good morning. Welcome to day 5, 4. Well, I don't remember what day we're on. For this project vlog, I am sitting in bed where it's decently warm, and knitting. It's 7:30 in the morning. My husband just left for work, and the little dude is still fast asleep. He has been, since spring break, has been staying up until like 2:30 3 in the morning, playing video games with his friend on Discord. So he's been getting up late. We're gonna have to fix that this weekend because he needs to be able to function next week when school starts back up. But this morning I am just going to sit here and knit on my wood anemone sweater. It's a top, tank top. I don't know, I'm tired. It is cold this morning. It's -9 Fahrenheit. Again, we're in the negatives. This winter has either been negative temperatures or dumping snow, and it sucks. So, also, I have an axolotl shirt. It's adorable. So yeah, I'm over winter. I was hoping that making this summer outfit would manifest summer. It's not working. So yeah, I'm gonna work on this. I've got a YouTube video up, some sewing vlogs, and I'm just gonna drink my coffee and knit, and then later we'll get to sewing on the skirt. Okay, so it's time to start pleating. So I've pinned my waistband on in the 4 major places, the ends and the side seams, now I'm going to practice. I'm not going to really math it. I think I'm just going to figure it out. I'll figure it out. So we're just going to pleat the front. I'll probably start on the front, this front piece, and then the other front piece I can make identical. I'm just gonna try and figure it out. So I'm gonna put you in time lapse and we're gonna watch me struggle. Okay. All right, so my phone storage filled up while I was pinning the pleats. I finished pinning them. I got them ironed out, and I really need another pin thingy, little magnetic pin dish. So I finished pinning the pleats, measuring. I did measure. And then I basted them down and went ahead and ironed them. Made sure I liked them before I iron them in place. I do. So now we're going to work on the waistband. I am not going to put interfacing in my waistband purely because I don't want to cut it out. So okay, the waistband is sewed on to the right side of the skirt. I'm going to iron the seam and then I will I'm gonna get there. Hang on. Then I will sew down the, nope. Then I will fold down the seam allowance for the inside of the waistband. There we go. I am tired. the waistband is done. That is the inside. There's the outside of it. I nearly forgot to put a label in, but I remembered. I don't have ones with my name on it or anything. I just have one that says handmade, and I forgot to trim my threads. It just says handmade. I think I got them in a pack off of Amazon. Smaller pair of scissors just to get into small spaces. So now comes the hardest part of every single one of my sewing projects, and that is picking buttons. I'm not very good at picking buttons. I hate picking buttons, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna pick some buttons. So I have to get down I keep my buttons up on this shelf right here. So I'm gonna get just thread stuck to my hand. I'm gonna get that down. Alright, I have two things of buttons. I have this one that's got like packaged and like still on the thing, the little cardboard ones, and then I've got all my loose buttons in here. These buttons are pretty. One thing about this skirt is it is very plain, so if I want to do some more fun buttons, these are cute, I can. A lot of these are vintage. I buy a lot of button packs, like these ones. These are vintage that are still on the thing, but I also buy like loose buttons as well. I have 3 of these, which would not be enough, but what I was thinking is doing one bigger button on the waistband and then doing smaller buttons down the skirt. So that is an option, unless I find more of those buttons, which I'm sure there's probably more in here. Okay, I'm gonna look, I'm gonna think, and I'm gonna drink my coffee in my beautiful mug that I got for Christmas from my mom. She's made by a local artist in Alaska. I love her stuff. So I'm gonna sip on my coffee and figure out buttons. Okay, I can't decide. I definitely want this button to go on the waistband. And then I'm debating between these black flower shaped ones and these are just plastic. And then these are coconut shell with a little flower on the inside. I think I'm going to take pictures and put a poll up on Instagram and also ask my mom. And then while I'm waiting for those results, I'm going to go back to sewing or knitting. Good Lord, knitting. Okay, in the frame, bro. Okay, what were you saying about the buttons?
Okay. I believe that since she's using this big button right here, this would not match whatsoever. So she should use these.
Because they're flowers or the colors?
Because the color matches. And, I mean, they're all flowers.
I was going to say they're all flowers, but
the color matches on with these ones. So it looks like it would fit more. If you use those, it's just going to look weird.
Okay. All right, thank you. You've decided for me. I will not put an Instagram poll. I will not ask Grandma stop dancing. You're weird. Okay, thank you. All right, the boy has decided. So I'm going to go with this big button on the waistband, and then these little ones up and down the skirt. Now I need to figure out how many buttons I want, how far I want them to go down, and how far I want them spaced apart. That seems like a lot of work. I'm gonna go have something to eat because I haven't eaten yet today. What is going on with my hair? I'm gonna find something to eat and then I'll come back to this. Okay. Hi, Toothless. Hi. Hi. Are you wanting food? Yes. You're wanting food, aren't you? Should we feed you? Yes. Okay. Thursday. So I have been working away on my tank top. I've got my wood anemone. I always want to say wood anemone. It's not. It's anemone. I am about at 9.25. Sorry. I've had about 9 inches, 9.25 inches. It's supposed to be 9.5 before I do the fold over hem, which I'm excited to do a fold over hem, just something different. And yeah, that's my updates for today. Oh my god, I got so close to ripping stitches off of the needles. That's my update for now. I'm hoping to have the body done today, and then I can start working on the straps so that I can have my little outfit. I can't wait to see how this looks with my pleated skirt. I'm gonna go now since I can't seem to think. Okay, we are filming the wrap-up video in my car because this video is supposed to go up tomorrow and I still have not filmed the wrap-up or gotten the pictures. I am wearing the outfit. You can't really see. My steering wheel is in the way. So I'm really happy with this outfit. I know that I was at the beginning of the video, I wasn't 100% sure if the top and the skirt were going to go together because of the colors. I think they do. That's my opinion. Somebody else might think they don't go together. But, so let's start off with the Wood Anemone top by Sari Nordlund. I am in love with this. It is so beautiful and simple yet gorgeous, and I definitely will be making another one of these. I actually have the same exact yarn but in a red, and I think I'm going to make another one. As for the skirt, so I think the skirt was probably the one that I was the most worried about because the top had a pattern. I knew I could knit it, but the skirt, I follow patterns. I'm sorry if you can hear whining, it's my dog. I like to follow patterns because it's all there and it's going to come out and look right. It's gonna look how I pictured it because there's a picture, you know. But I don't really self-draft because I want to, and it's not that I don't think I have the skill to self-draft patterns. I think it's the fact that I'm scared of messing up, and my brain that is anxiety and depression filled does like to say bad things, and I did have one of those little freak out meltdowns in the middle of this skirt project because I was worried that it wasn't going to turn out, and it was just rectangles. It was literally just rectangles. If it didn't work out, it would have been fine because I could have reused the fabric. Everything would have been fine. And my husband did, you know, walk me through all that. He's very good at talking me down off the ledge. But I really like the way this came out. It came out beautifully for my first really self-drafted project. It came out beautifully. It fits well. It is loose at the waist like I wanted it to be, so that it's not tight, constricting, uncomfortable, especially for the summer. The pockets are perfect, and I really do like it. One thing I have a little bit of an issue with is actually the fabric. The linen is beautiful, but it's a little scratchy, which on my legs I can feel it, which is not a big deal, but I think it would upset my, like, where it hits on my abdomen or my stomach. Except I always wear biker shorts under my skirts because my thighs rub together, and when it's summer and I'm sweating, they rub together. There's chafing. I hate it. And I can't, as a sensory thing, I can't stand it when my thighs rub together with just skin on skin. So anyways, biker shorts. Because I'm wearing the biker shorts, they actually go up to right where the waistband is of the skirt. So it's a barrier between me and the linen, but I think it's just this linen that's a little bit scratchier than normal fabric, but I don't know, it might just be linen in general. I haven't really worked with too much linen, though I did get 3 yards of black linen in the mail yesterday, and that's going to become a project, or a couple projects. I can't wait. But yes, I very happy with this. I am super happy. I love this outfit and I can't wait to wear it this summer. I know it'll be nice and cool. I am wearing a jacket right now. I will not be wearing a jacket. I'm waiting for my son. Once I get him, we're gonna go take finished video and photos. I won't be wearing a jacket then, and I will be freezing my butt off. It is currently sunny right now, but it is still cold. So I'm gonna freeze for this finish photos and videos, but it'll be worth it in the long run. So anyways, thank you for watching. I definitely had fun doing this. I definitely want to do more project vlogs and more of me self-drafting. I'm sure they will end up with some stinkers and some fails, but that's part of learning. That's part of life, and I just need to accept that that might happen. But thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.